Okay. Hey Sean, how's it going?
It's good, man.
How's life? You're into the European tour now.
Yeah, no, life is good. Being in Yellowcard is awesome,
Yeah.
and we're celebrating the 10 years of Ocean Avenue right now. It's our third continent and multiple countries. It's pretty cool to be a part of that.
Today you say you got 8 shows left to go.
Today's 9, so after today,
Okay.
we're already kind of like into today, so
Yeah.
I've half marked it off the calendar.
You're on the home stretch.
Yeah, we're under 10.
You're capping it off, at least in the UK, with Warped Tour, which is the first time it's been in the UK, so that must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, just to be able to work with Kevin Lyman, and when Yellowcard was kind of coming up many years ago, all we wanted to do was be on the Warped Tour. Like for us, that was like the pinnacle of the success. And what happened is in 2002, once we were on the Warped Tour, it really opened the doors for the rest of our career, and things that we never imagined would happen for Yellowcard. So we're really happy to be a part of the band's Warped Tour in the U.S. and then to be with Kevin Lyman over here across the Atlantic and in mainland Europe and in England is just awesome for us. So we're going to spend 3 days in London. We have a sort of a headlining show, and then we have the two bands Warped Tour. So a real big weekend.
You said the Warped Tour was sort of a big thing for Yellowcard. There's a lot of smaller UK acts on Sunday's bill, at least. Do you think it could be the same for them, could propel them into sort of a bigger sort of arena, I guess?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think the great thing about Band's Warped Tour is it brings so many fans of music together, whether it's heavy or electronic or pop. You just have so many listeners there, and it's really up to you to make an impression. So we met the We Are the Ocean guys on the Band's Warped Tour last year in the States. So they sound great. Really excited to see them. And I had yet to see the main, so I've seen them a couple times. They're great. But Anna Shikari is just killing it every night. Memphis Mayfire. It's been fun already.
So since we last spoke, we spoke on the before you played with All Time Low. Yellowcard, hadn't been over in a while. Now you've been back quite a few times since. What's the relationship with yourselves in the UK like? What's the crowds like? What's the vibe?
I feel like it's good. I feel like we're really close. There's very few countries we go to, and we feel connected. It's obviously great. There's no language barrier. I think sometimes we play some of the mainland European countries, and there's a little bit of a language barrier, and it kind of trips us up a little bit. And we're just dumb Americans. We sound funny and we talk funny, but we've been trying to come here for a very long time, and we canceled a couple tours about 5 or 6 years ago. Ryan lost his voice, had some vocal nodes, had to have surgery. It was really scary for Yellowcard, but we're back. We've worked really hard, and not a lot of places we go twice a year, and we've tried to come to Europe and England specifically 2 times a year, and just we want to remind everyone that we're working hard, and we spend a lot of time away from home, but when we're here, it feels good. There's a lot of people at the shows singing the Yellowcard songs, and that's all we could really ask.
Do you think the troubles with Ryan's voice and stuff like that has sort of made the band a bit stronger and more determined, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we need help with determination. Like, we're a very rare brand of band where, our whole thing, Yellowcard, has always been, friends making good music and working as hard as possible. We spend 350 days a year away from home and our families, and those sacrifices that we make, they're only, paid off, with hard work and a little bit of reward at the end. So we have the determination and drive, and hopefully people see that. We're just very fortunate to play music. We don't want to take any day for granted.
And that's a great way to be. It's a great way to be a band. You're revisiting Ocean Avenue this year. Since tonight is Ocean Avenue acoustic in a crazy concert hall. How do you think it's gonna go down in there tonight?
No, it's pretty exciting. We've heard of the list of bands that have played here, and for me, just as a violinist, we've kind of mixed it up on this run a little bit. We played in a couple churches, and when I pull out the violin and play acoustic, some of these halls are really made for that. And we have the drums and the sound system to make sure everyone can hear everything, but it's a risk for us, and all we really want to do is sort of further that relationship. We're not 22, 23 years old. We still bring the rock, but right now this is more about a personal relationship between us and our fans, and it's really great to hear them singing the songs. I think it's really special for Yellowcard.
What was so I said you revisited it, you made Ocean Avenue acoustic, put that out this year. How was it revisiting that album after so long and sort of giving new life to it, I guess?
It was really exciting. For the first time in the studio, and for people that maybe haven't had the opportunity to record something musical, when you're in the studio, you create something and you sort of just write the part, and you sort of practice it a couple times, and then you rush to perform it on the record, and then you go into the next song. So this is one of the only times where we're playing and recording stuff that we've played for before, and it's a little bit more rehearsed. Some songs we haven't played in 9 years. We only did them on one tour. So, but it was kind of neat to revisit those things and sort of put on the little finishing touches. And there's always things that you missed or that you wish you had a mulligan you could do it over. So we had this opportunity. About 40% of the record we reimagined, and we wanted to sort of do a new take on some of the old songs. And I mean, we had a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time on it. We did a full studio recording. Not to say that our bedroom or our home studio Yellowcard adventures are not as up to par, but this one was a lot of fun. We worked with Eric Talaba, who's been our producer Neil's assistant for almost 10 years now, and it was almost like working with Neil. He's just a great talent. So to have the whole team together, it was really cool.
Just talking about it, you seem sort of really excited about the record, so it wasn't like just retreading old ground, then it was actually fun doing something.
No, we wanted to do something special. I mean, without throwing around a couple ideas, and we just we wanted to take this 10-year opportunity to say thank you, and we didn't want to slop it together. That's not really the Yellowcard way.
Yeah, it's definitely a way to celebrate. So yeah, you've been doing the acoustic thing for a little bit. You did it with the last album, the one before, and what does that sort of, and now playing it live on this tour, what does that, aside from the obvious, do to the live show? You said it made it more intimate, but is there anything else you can pick out that fans might not be expecting that you?
No, I mean, I really think it's just about the relationship, and to give the audience an insight to the Yellowcard sound. A lot of times we write these songs acoustic anyway, and for me in particular, it gives the violin a really nice pocket. The electric guitars and all the full recording, there's so much distortion and sustain, and sometimes I get a little lost in there, but the acoustic side really kind of showcases the violin and the strings, and it's really special for me. So to have the Yellowcard songs kind of a little bit more bare in a sense where you can hear all the nuances, and of course there's always a human element. It's a big risk for us to be kind of put ourselves out there like that, but it just gives the audience a little bit more insight. This is kind of how the songs were born, and really kind of featured the violin a little bit, so it's pretty cool.
So I mean, what's next? Are you thinking about doing more acoustic stuff, or is there is there a new record on the horizon, or
So Yellowcard we put out Southern about 2 years ago. It's about just over about a year and a half, and the response to that record has been great. But we're a train. We're running through it. So probably new music. I mean, I share the stage with such talented musicians. We always have some sketches. So we're gonna take the holidays off and maybe work on some new music. Maybe do some more touring. 2014 is not really set in stone. I just know that whatever we decide after the holidays, we're just gonna hammer out some more touring. I mean, we're just a moving target. Yellowcard is just. We played South Africa this year for the first time, so we're live on 6 continents in the world. So we always have new music, and I know we're always touring. it's pretty. That's like the Yellowcard way.
You know, speaking of places like that, have you yet to play anywhere that you'd really like to play?
Well, we had talked about playing Antarctica. I know it's not really inhabited, so
Yeah.
just to say we were on 7 continents, but you know, we're so lucky. We've gone to so many wonderful places. We would really like to do just like a full like Pan Pacific, like just put everything together from you know South Korea and Japan and China all the way down to Australia. So we've missed some spots. Like we'd like to get into Hong Kong and play those places, but just really link up a nice tour over there. And we really need to spend some more time over here. You know, we only played in Ireland one time, and and every time we play here, sometimes we play Glasgow, and we just, you know, we just need to invest the time and make sure we get all the spots. And I think that'd be good for Yellowcard.
Trying to please everyone.
Yeah, you know, the internet makes the world much smaller, and you know, you hear from all the little nooks and crannies of the world, and you know, it's hard for us to figure that out. But definitely, I think in 2014 we can do that.
Finally, speaking of the internet, I did ask some questions on Twitter this afternoon.
I saw that. What do we come up with?
Yellowcard Source asks, probably the only good question.
Okay, no worries.
Well, directly to you, they say, ask Sean, how does he remain so positive? He's not, his awesome attitude towards life is inspiring, so.
I don't know. I guess I'm just lucky. My parents raised me and they worked really hard, and we fought a lot growing up, but you know, I think it's just the outlook. I mean, there's so many things to be sad or negative about if you let it, but there's also things to be very happy about. And I play violin in a band, and I travel the world, and I have a family that loves me, and you know, there's food on the table, and so you know, my life is very complex, but in its simplest level, like, you know, I feel healthy, and I'm happy, and I'm surrounded by friends, and I'm not going hungry, obviously, as you can tell. So. But yeah, you know, life is good, and that's how I look at it, and I don't know how I do it. That's just how I am.
Not much not to love, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm very lucky.
Thank you very much, man. Look forward
Yeah,
to the
no
show.
worries. Thanks, guys.